Most owners find it maddening. You have just spent 20 minutes getting her clean, the shampoo, the rinse, the towel, the whole production, and the moment she hits the yard, she drops her shoulder to the grass and undoes most of it with what can only be described as enthusiasm. Not reluctant, not accidental. Deliberate, committed, full body enthusiasm, directed at the most available patch of ground, like this is the thing she has been waiting to do the entire time you were bathing her. Most owners read it as rebellion. Some read it as stupidity. A few wonder if the shampoo irritates her skin. Almost none of them know what is actually driving one of the most consistent crossbreed, universal behaviors in the entire domestic dog behavioral repertoire. And the answer is both older and more specific than most people expect. The first and primary driver is scent replacement. And to understand it, you have to understand what the bath did from her perspective, rather than yours. From your perspective, the bath made her clean. It removed the accumulated dirt and the outdoor smell and the particular odor that was making her less welcome on the furniture. And it replaced all of it with something that smells to you much better. From her perspective, the bath removed her. Her scent is not incidental to her identity. It is a primary component of it. In the specific, functional sense, that scent is how dogs identify themselves to other dogs, how they communicate their presence in an environment, how they signal their status, their health, their recent history to every other animal whose nose they encounter. Her smell is her signature, her calling card. The specific, complex, individual chemical profile that says this dog, this animal, this specific individual to every nose that reads it. The shampoo replaced that signature with something floral, or clean, or commercially produced. Something that carries no information about her, that signals nothing to the dogs she will encounter, that has erased the specific olfactory identity she has been building and maintaining and presenting to the world. The rolling is the restoration project. She is not rebelling against the bath. She is trying to get herself back. The second driver is older than domestication. The instinct to roll in strong-smelling substances, grass, earth, decomposing organic material. The scent marks of other animals is one of the most deeply conserved behaviors in the canid behavioral repertoire. It predates the domestic dog by an enormous margin. And the theories about why it persists are, depending on which behavioral lens you look through, either practical or fascinating. The most widely considered explanation is scent camouflage, the behavior of covering the individual's own scent with the scent of the environment as a hunting adaptation. A predator who smells like the environment is harder for prey to detect. The rolling is the biological strategy of becoming olfactorily invisible to whatever is being hunted. Your dog is not hunting anything in your backyard, but she is carrying the ancient behavioral code of an animal that spent a very long time in environments where smelling like the landscape was a survival advantage. The trigger is the removal of her own scent, by the bath, or by any strong competing smell, and the response is the one her nervous system has been running for thousands of generations. Get a smell on. The grass will do, the ground will do, whatever is available will do. Long-term behavioral observation of dogs across grass-rolling contexts has found that the behavior occurs at significantly elevated rates, immediately following bathing, rain, and the application of any strong-smelling substance to the coat, all of which share the common feature of displacing the dog's baseline scent profile. The trigger is the displacement. The rolling is the correction. This is the piece most owners miss entirely. The third driver is physical, and it is the simplest one. The bath was wet, possibly warm in ways that were different from outdoor warmth. The coat is now clean and dry in a way it is almost never clean and dry, with a texture and a weight distribution that feels different from the usual, lighter in some places, less matted in others, carrying a different sensory profile against the skin. The rolling addresses all of this simultaneously. It dries the coat further. It redistributes the coat's texture toward the familiar. It delivers the specific sensory input, pressure, friction, contact with ground material, that tells her body it has returned to normal after the unusual experience of the bath. The rolling is partly comfort-seeking, in the most physical sense. She does not like the feeling of the post-bath coat. The grass makes it feel more like herself. The fourth driver is the one that explains the enthusiasm specifically. The bath, for most dogs, is an experience they tolerate rather than enjoy. Not traumatic, but not neutral either. The handling, the water, the sounds, the constraint of staying still, the unusual sensory environment of the bathtub or the hose. These add up to a mild stressor, a period of managed compliance that ends when the towel comes out and the door opens. The rolling is the release, the specific full-body, uninhibited physical expression of an animal that was managing something and is now free not to manage it, throwing herself into the most available sensory experience with the particular abandon of a creature whose nervous system just exhaled. You do not read it as a release because it does not look like relief. it looks like chaos. But behavioral observation of dogs in post-bath environments has found that the rolling behavior is accompanied by the same physiological markers as play behavior. Loose body, relaxed muscles, the specific quality of movement that belongs to a dog whose nervous system has shifted from managed compliance back to full autonomy. She is not undoing your work out of spite. She is celebrating the end of the thing that required her patience. Most owners respond to the post-bath roll with exasperation, the reading that she has deliberately reversed the effort you invested, that the bath was functionally pointless, that she is either ungrateful or oblivious. Flip that. She is doing three ancient, entirely reasonable things at once. Restoring her olfactory identity, following the instinctive code that says cover your scent after displacement, and releasing the physical discomfort of the post-bath coat in the most efficient way available to her. None of it is aimed at you. All of it makes complete sense from inside her experience. The maddening part is not her logic. Her logic is impeccable. The maddening part is that her priorities and yours are genuinely different, and the bath, which resolved your priority completely, addressed none of hers. Think about the next bath. The moment you open the door or let her out of the tub and watch the countdown begin, the immediate orienting toward the yard. The deliberate approach to the specific patch of grass she has in mind. The drop of the shoulder that you now know is not chaos, but correction. She is not undoing what you did. She is finishing what the bath interrupted. The specific, continuous work of being herself, smelling like herself, presenting to the world the olfactory identity that she maintains as carefully and instinctively as you maintain yours. The bath removed her scent. The rolling brings it back. You were cleaning her. She was restoring herself. Both of you were right. Does your dog go straight for the grass after every bath? Or does she have a specific spot she always chooses? And have you ever managed to intercept it? Tell me in the comments. If this is the kind of watching you want to keep doing, subscribing means the next one finds you.